Hey everyone, and welcome to The Theorist
And the Savant,
with your hosts JC Botero 67.
and Alex Sinclair here on YouTube.
Yes, and we're taking a look today at chapter 54.
It's coming to a close.
Yes. I was just gonna say the end is
The end is
closing in.
nigh.
Yes, I don't even know what I was gonna say. I keep mixing up my words. Anyway, um, I guess to quickly point out something before we get the review started, I want to read the opener line for this chapter, and yeah, I'll explain my thoughts in a sec. Stop! Oh God, please, I beg you. And I'm like, dude, like, what is going on? I'm like, did Ciel Lucifer action already start? Like, we didn't get a warning? Like, what is this?
It's so funny because I had the same thought. I just wasn't sure how I wanted to word it to put it in the review because I
Yeah,
found other things that I liked better. And I was like, oh my God, are we actually going to get to witness some of this crazy sexiness
right?
of Cielcifer?
AnimeCujo's reserving it for our one shot.
Exactly. Yes.
We're gonna write up the sexiness for you guys.
I totally came up with a horrible title.
Oh, oh,
I was
I'm
just
sure
gonna
it's not
call I
horrible.
was gonna call it one hell of a Revelations one shot, just because I thought it was
Ooh,
ironic and kind of Kuro themed, but
hey, that could be like in parentheses next to the title.
that works. It's like the subtitle or whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of like I can't even think of a good example right now, but like songs that have that. Oh, like that Genesis one, like in your wardrobe.
Oh yeah.
I know what I like in your wardrobe. One of the things is in parentheses. I'm pretty sure the wardrobe part. But yeah, I've seen other songs that do that whole parentheses thing. Ooh, like freaking, there's this awesome song. I'm sorry, I'm tree branching.
It's okay.
There's this awesome song from the 80s. I first heard it on Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's called Sex, I'm a dot 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 by Berlin.
Oh, I
It's
love that
awesome.
song.
Yes! For anyone who hasn't heard that song, go check it out. Berlin
Please
is a.
do.
I love that band. Okay, anyway. Now you get to go first
I
with
do.
epic quoteness.
This is like a running theme. Like I'm always going first, so it's a good thing that you had the opening line thing.
Yeah, I know. I didn't really count the opening line because it's like I was just like, ooh, like sexiness. But that was like all the thought to it. It wasn't like a legit quote that I'll have a little further down the road.
Alright. Popping the stopper, Ciel lifted the glass to his lips, downing it all in one gulp. Surprisingly, it tasted like nothing, although he wasn't sure what flavor exactly he had expected it to have. Almost instantly, a warm tingling sensation filled his body as the venom spread through him and seeped into every part of his being, something he had failed to notice before on the account of writhing in pain from being stabbed. Swiping a pink tongue over his lips, he collected every last drop, not wanting to waste any of it, and not sure if they could afford to. He swiftly tucked the container away into his cargo pants, mentally willing this plan to work. Hey, Lucifer, Ciel shouted, raising to his knees just as the devil came into arm's length of Alois. The blonde had backed himself into a corner, still attempting to appear intimidating and unafraid, even though his entire frame trembled with anxiety. Why are you bothering with some cheap knockoff spirit when you can have a real live angel right here? First of all, something I didn't think of before that I just thought of now
Okay.
is okay, first of all, he's wearing cargo pants. With
Mm-hmm.
cargo pants have a bajillion pockets, don't
Pockets,
they?
exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
How was no one smart enough to search him?
I remember you brought this up like last review or two reviews ago.
I think we did.
For real though. For
Like
real.
seriously though,
Are
like
they that dumb?
apparently Lucifer has no brain.
This is sad. This defies like the whole like, the smart demons and the dumb demon.
I know that
I am very disappointed.
it goes against everything that we had set up previously. Lucifer is apparently one of the dumb demons.
Oh
What?
no.
That's fine.
And Angela and Ash, apparently.
Although, thinking about it, if Ash was going against Lucifer, it would make sense that he left it there. Like, even if he did find it.
Ah. Oh yes, I remember this prediction too.
So, I don't know, maybe I just completely negated my own theory. Anyway. But when I was reading this through the second time to get my notes, the only difference between Martyrdom and Suicide is press coverage by Panic at the Disco came on.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, all right, this has to be my first quote. It came on just as I started reading this.
That's so funny.
It was like, oh, okay. Hello, thank you, Pandora, for giving me I say as I talk to someone who works for iHeartRadio, but still.
No
Uh,
worries.
but I was like, all right, Ciel's kind of being a martyr. You know, if it doesn't work, and, you know, Lucifer's like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm just going to kill you. So, you know, at least he's giving Alois a chance to possibly escape, even if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I was like, how the hell, LOL punny, as I said in my notes, because it really is.
That's so funny.
How would Lucifer not notice you, open it, and drink it, and put it back in your cargo pants pocket?
Right? Like, isn't there like a poppy sound? And
Yeah, like a little.
Don't
like,
demons have better hearing? I don't understand this.
This is just depressing. Come on,
I know.
Lucifer.
Come
You could
on,
have put up
Lucifer.
more of a fight. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Why are we rooting for the bad guy?
I don't know. Maybe because he's sexy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Ciel's just as sexy, but I don't know. I like my men.
Cute, sexy.
So, yes, he's not like ripped, muscly abs sexy. He's like adorable sexy.
Yes.
But I'm just like, all right, come on, Lucifer, you are like the crappiest demon prince ever to not notice this.
True that.
And I mean, come on, when you were like feeling him up previous to this quote that I just read,
yeah.
you didn't notice that there was like a lumpy, like vial-shaped thing in his pocket?
Nope, apparently not.
You suck, Lucifer. Like, seriously. Come on now.
Literally. No,
Oh. And
So,
I know you have a theory. From
Oh
this
yeah.
part.
Well, not so much a theory, but just like a thought back to like what we had discussed previously in previous reviews, using the same word twice in the same sentence, whatever. So like I don't know, when I read that first paragraph that you read, like the whole like, oh, like he downed the venom and like he's feeling this like tingling sensation, like it just gets me worried again that like something could happen. Like, I mean, obviously in this chapter we hadn't seen anything happen to Ciel, but I'm afraid like in the long run, like, you know, he could get corrupted, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know, not so much by the venom, but like, I don't know. I just feel there could be some effect, especially, I'll mention later on, but like when Lucifer bites him again, I'm like, okay, what if he's passed on something and that has like a counter effect with the venom? Like, that just worries me a little bit.
It's something I had thought too, is we did talk about when Sebastian was giving him his blood the first couple times, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I brought up the corruption and whatever, and then I just thought, like, what if the venom counteracted what Sebastian had previously done, and then something weird happens like that? I don't know. I thought maybe, like, at first I thought maybe the venom wouldn't work because it would be fighting off Sebastian's blood, like, possible infection thing inside Ciel, so maybe it wouldn't work. That was inaccurate, but still, it was a thought that I had that I forgot to bring up.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe, like, having that little dose or whatever from the dagger that Lucifer stabbed into Ciel's hand, like, maybe that kind of balanced Ciel back to normal, I guess, and then it's kind of like, you know, with this whole Elaster thing, like, I don't know. I feel I'm confusing myself.
I'm a little bit confused too, but it's okay. I'm just very confused.
Okay. Well, re-listening to this will be like, oh, okay, it makes a little more sense.
I'm anxious to see how this gets wrapped up in the next 1, 2, 3 chapters, because there's so many unanswered questions that I have that I'm gonna wait. Before I ask AnimeCujo, I'm going to wait and see if it gets answered in the coming up chapters.
What was I going to point out? Like, it's so funny, because, like, my mom is, like, a big, like, soap opera watcher, or telenovela, I guess. And so, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's in the soap operas, too, like, how overall the show has, like, a slow pace to it, but then at the very end, it's, like, all the crazy shit happens. And, like, my mom... I
have experience with that, because I was a big Desperate Housewives fan. Still am. It's essentially an American version of a telenovela. But I was, like, in love with Desperate Housewives. And, like, the whole season, it's, like, all this craziness is happening. You're like, what the hell is even going on? And then at the end, everything comes together, and it's like, oh, things make sense now. Okay.
But yeah, what was I saying? My mom hates, like, when it's, like, all, like, it's like, oh, can't they sum it up within, like, the last, you know, I don't know, 5 like episodes or something? Does it have to all happen in like the last 2 or the last one? And I'm like, that's a good point.
It is really a good point.
Yeah, I'm sure like AnimeCujo's not going to disappoint us at all. But
No,
I'm just
I'm
like,
sure she
dude,
won't.
how is she going to sum this all up? Unless the chapters are like endless length. Oh, okay, that sounds awkward.
Whoa.
Hello. But yeah, like, I don't know. I look forward to like uber long chapters.
I love a good long chapter, but then it gets really hard with the reviews, like picking 3
Oh,
things.
that's true. Well, we might have to make an exception if that's the case.
That's true, we might. But I have a feeling, especially for the final chapter and then the epilogue, I have a feeling they're going to be a bit longer of a review, especially for the epilogue, because we're going to be talking about the whole thing as a whole, and then coming to the final bit, and then talking about that as well, so.
Yes. Ooh, what drink do you have with you?
Ice water.
Oh, okay.
It's very boring. But,
no.
I
Water is good.
I'm attempting to diet because I would like to lose weight before Brody's sexy friend comes over and spends 2 weeks here in March. So,
ooh, sexy friend.
yeah. I have no desires after him whatsoever, but still, doesn't mean I can't look decent.
Good point. I was just gonna ask too, real quick, like if you've seen any guys that look like Sebastian or William, or like not even close.
I have, actually. It's rather enjoyable.
Ooh. I should just go visit you guys in New York. Maybe I'll find my William or Sebastian or whoever there.
Especially if you go visit AnimeCujo out in New York City.
Yeah.
So many fine men in New York City.
Ooh, let's do this. Okay.
You just gotta find one who's not a hobo.
Okay. Do the hobos dress nice, or like, cause you just make it seem like?
Well, I don't know. I've seen
nice
some decently looking hobos,
Ooh.
but I mean, you know, you just gotta get them dressed up in a fancy suit and make them wear glasses.
Ooh. Okay, that's so funny. Okay, well, coming back to the review now.
Yes.
Because we've trailed off quite far. So now it's my turn with a very delicious quote, I think.
Yes.
Okay. Alastair paused and glanced over his shoulder to see Ciel perched near the edge of the bed. His thin legs were positioned wide apart, head craning to the side and elongating the smooth, pale throat. Ciel trailed his fingers over the décolleté, the tips brushing over the puncture marks from where Satan had attacked him last time. A plump lower lip was being nibbled upon, the delicate flesh reddening under its abuse. He could only hope that he was coming off as enticing and not desperate, counting on Alastair to being a slave to his own demonic instincts.
What a hoe. It's so funny because, like, this whole story, I was like, is Ciel ever gonna do anything super slutty? Because I enjoy it, like, when Ciel's, like, super hoe. I mean, it's happened sometimes, but, you know.
Yeah. I know. I love that quote. I'm just like, oh my god. I'm like, bring on the sexiness. Like, I've been waiting for this moment. Let's go.
It was surprisingly less than I thought it was going to be. I thought, because of previous things, like in ASASS with Claude and all that stuff, like, I pictured more of a sexy scene. It was surprisingly less, but then again, it makes sense also because of the part that I'm going to read when the venom takes effect on Lucifer. It makes sense as to why the sexiness couldn't continue, much to my chagrin, because I would have enjoyed some nice long sexiness, but I guess that's what we're for.
Sad day.
Ciel choked from relief as he felt the sharp fangs slide out of him. Ooh.
I know.
The iron grip on his hair loosening, and he fell backwards onto the mattress. Wings spanned out to soften his descent, the angel's watery eyes gazing up at the euphoric look on the handsome demon's face as he lay on his back. Okay, can I just first tree branch really quick before I continue?
No, go for it. No, I'm like, no. No, seriously, go.
Why, Yana Toboso, have you made every man so irresistibly sexy?
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's so true.
It's hard to find an unattractive person in Kuro. I mean, it's insane. Like, am I really gonna have to lust after every single person in Kuro Shitsuji because they're just unbelievably attractive?
Right.
And also, can we talk about how amazing it is that she draws all of her own stuff?
That's so awesome.
Like, holy hell. I wish
like
I could
envy
draw
that.
something.
I know.
I'm
can't draw
stick
for
figures.
crap. Yeah, right.
It's so funny because Brody is like uber drawer and I'm over here with stick figures like, look what I drew, it's fantastic. And he's like, yeah, okay.
Oh.
He doesn't actually do that. He's actually very supportive of my stick figures, but...
Oh, yay. That's good.
Alright, anyway, continuing on. That was... something. I pictured it said like that for some reason. Like, I don't know. That was something. It wasn't what I wanted, but it was something, alright.
Are you trying to go ghetto-ish a little bit?
Maybe a little.
Are you practicing for the upcoming dialogue?
Lucifer purred, licking his lips, lid shut as the unique flavor coated his tongue. Dark-tipped fingers came to run through the shoulder-length pale hair, nails scratching into the scalp as he hummed in wonderment. You taste... Satan paused, trying to find the right words. Like Eden. An intoxicated laugh was heard as Alistair reveled in the lightheadedness that the angel's blood provided. And
I
I'm
want to
just
know
like...
what this laugh sounds like. Sorry.
I know, right? Like, I'm trying to picture drunk people laughing, but I can't picture anything.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my god, Lucifer's like high as a kite right now. It's too funny.
So,
I'm just
I
like
know.
psychedelic, man, groovy, yeah, yeah, drunk as hell. And I was just like, yay, he
Ciel.
fell for it. Run, bitches, go, just go.
That's so funny. So yeah, okay. Like awkward silence. I don't know. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when you wrote the word psychedelic, or when I read that in your notes, I was like, psychedelic furs, like 80s, like I don't know why.
I love the 80s.
I know, me too.
I wasn't even born in the 80s, but I love it.
Yeah, no, same. I'm like, dude, I should have been born in the 80s. Like...
Hell yeah. The 1880s, for that matter. At least for me.
That's a good one too. Alrighty. So I guess we've come to the dialogue part.
Yeah.
Time for ghetto-ness. Ghetto Ciel Lucifer.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna try to read it exactly as it's quoted, but I'm probably gonna go off on a tangent and never shut up. But, you know.
It's okay. I'm gonna try and improvise too. I know I suck at that, but I'll try.
Crafty. I must say, this is a new experience for me, being the victim. I ain't used to it. It's not a role I enjoy playing, and I'm gonna make you pay dearly for it, but, you know, it's interesting. It's real interesting. You know. So, alright, Lucifer's like trying to pull the sword out because Ciel stabbed him and he's all like, bleh, and, you know, dying and whatnot. And he's all like, oh my god, this sword is so heavy, I can't get it out. And he's like, how the hell? And he's like, oh, okay, the first serpent, is that what happened? Am I dying? Am I poisoned? Is that what's going on?
Damn right it's poison. And damn right it's the first serpent. Now it's my turn, Lucifer. I almost called him Ciel Lucifer. I'm afraid.
That is Lucifer's new name.
I suppose. They're combining, they're meshing into one being.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa. In our one shot.
Yes.
I am so freaking excited for that one shot. Okay, and before we move on, I have to do this because we literally have to do this like every review. I am a priest.
You said that part so funny. We have to do this in every review. And I can't wait for you to go back and listen to it because you totally said it like that. It was too funny.
Really? Oh
yes.
my god.
Oh my god.
Beautiful. Ooh, so I have to tell you. So last Friday, I don't know how we got to talking with one of my coworkers about like the way people pronounce things and like how it can sound different or whatever. And I guess, I can't remember if it was her teacher or her aunt or something, but my coworker friend, she was just all like, I'd like something to drink or whatever to this person. And then the person's like, no, it's not drink like the J thing, it's drink. And I'm like, dude, that is too funny because I remembered I am a priest. But I didn't want to say because I'm like, no one's going to understand that inside joke.
It's so funny. I get the same way with, Brody and I have a lot of inside jokes, and then, like, someone will say something, and it's like, oh, I want to say this so bad, but they're going to think I'm freaking crazy.
I think I accidentally said I am a priest, like, I know I didn't say it right, but yeah. Okay, so I think I said it once, like, in front of my parents. My mom's like, what the hell? Yeah. She didn't ask for an explanation, so I'm like, that's good.
Don't ask. You don't want to.
Yeah. You don't want to know what kind of fanfic I'm trying to write up. Anyway. It was so funny though, because on the Today Show, it was like on Friday, they were having like the whole like 50 Shades of Grey, like the special premiere for like some Today watchers, I guess, or whatever. And so I told my mom, I was like, oh, like it's based off of like the book is based off of a fanfic on Twilight and stuff. And she's like, oh, she's like, you should write a fanfic. And I'm like, yeah, I'm writing one.
Not one that you want to read.
Right, exactly. That's so funny.
Anyway,
So
I think it's my turn again.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I lost my review. There it is. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so now they're escaping, and Ciel saved his... Oh, wait. Did he save his parents yet?
Yeah, no, because it's after he checks on all of Louise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so ignore what I just said, and pay attention to what I'm saying now, people. Hey, Alois, he called. It's so weird for me doing Ciel. Crouching next to his friend so he could meet his eyes. Are you okay? How bad is it? Ciel asked, carefully reaching out to run a hand through the messy blonde hair. The spirit's head snapped up, blue eyes glowering at his friend. Glowering, something. He was mad.
Yeah. Nice.
Great. Just brilliant. I love having my noggin smashed into a wall. It's just awesome, he complained, rubbing his temple in the process. Ciel grimaced, regretting the amount of pain his friend had to endure once again, and mentally promised himself that he would find a way to make it up to him. It's like the most fun ever. And I'm just like, oh, Alois, my sarcastic little muffin. And I love that he can have his freaking face smashed in and still find the ability to be a smartass. I love him so much.
I know, it's so funny. I was like, oh, like he's like all like pissed and like sarcastic, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I'm freaking fine.
I'd be like, oh, like in pain. Okay.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh my god, I'm dying in my head. And Alois is just like, yeah, I'm fine.
Right.
My brain is on the floor, but I'm fine.
Right. Oh.
Oh god. Thinking to the little glimpse of the brutal sex that Claude had with Alois, and his like guts were on the floor. Can't even. I didn't even want to talk about it. That's why I didn't pick a quote from there, because I was like, it's a little intense. I know. Anyway, moving on to the sad part.
Okay, yeah, I know. So now, like, after Alois gets up, whatever, like, Ciel helps him up, and then Alois pulls out some book with, like, this, chant. And so, like, Ciel's, like, further trying to, like, stab at Lucifer while Alois is doing the chant to take Ciel's parents' souls. It's, like, such a mouthful right there. To take them from Lucifer and get the souls back to heaven. And so it happens. And for me, like, I don't know, I just find it hard to, like, make me cry. Like, I'll only get teary if I'm, like, super upset about something. Like, if I get mad for some reason, I'm, like, crying. I don't know why. I wish I wasn't like that. I get the
same way.
But yeah, but this quote specifically, like, brought tears to my eyes. And I'm like, oh my god, it's so sad. Okay.
It's so funny because I've cried, like, 1,000,000 times so far in this story. And you're just like, yeah, it was really sad. And I'm just like, I'm over here, like, bawling, and just like, it was really sad. It surprised me when I read that it actually, like, made you tear up. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go ahead and read the part. Okay. Hey, Mom, Dad. Ciel greeted softly, laughing as they flickered in response. I missed you, too, he whispered, hot, salty streams of joy running freely down his cheeks. It's time for you to go home. Ciel managed to get out, not wanting them to go so soon, and feeling a little foolish for giving his parents instructions, but not really caring much about that as happiness swelled up inside. I'll see you soon, okay? And so what also caught my attention with that little bit was the last line that Ciel said, I'll see you soon. Like, does Ciel think he's gonna die? Like, or, you know, because humans do have short lives compared to, like, demons, like, I guess, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess, like, soon in a relative sense, I suppose.
Yeah. But yeah, I was, like, still worried about that. I'm like, no, why do you think you're gonna die?
Or maybe he intends on I don't know, like maybe going up to heaven and like meeting with God or whatever because he technically kind of defeated Lucifer, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, maybe that's the thing.
We'll find out, I guess, in the next few, or in the last few chapters, I should say. So yeah. Oh, and I guess it's still me. So.
Yes. It's you for the rest of this.
Is it really?
Yes.
Well, you have to come up with some prediction. There's got to be something.
I have a couple.
Okay. Good. Okay. So then for this next bit, they're getting ready to leave and stuff because Ciel's like, oh, we don't want like someone to like find Lucifer here. Like we want to escape like right now. And so then like they reach the outside of the castle. They're on top of the castle. Whatever. I don't know. And so Ciel's just all like, want to hold my sword. And I was like, dude, first of all, I'm like, whoa, hello. But anyway,
it's only like, fair because he held Eloise's sword earlier.
That is so true. That is so true. So anyway, back to like seriousness. I was like, eventually, Ciel, you're gonna need to take back the sword because when Alois reaches spirit mode, he can't hold it any longer. Okay, that sounds so... Okay, so anyway, quote time. Alois complied, gripping the I can't even talk. Gripping the blade close and close. I can't even read. Oh my god. Gripping the blade close and ignoring its soiled stain. Oh goodness gracious. I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh god. I don't think I can read this. Oh my Jesus. He crouched down for Ciel to get a proper hold under his arms. He wasn't about to let the precious weapon fall while they were in flight. That was the last complication they needed. Losing the Phantom Hive sword into the plains of hell. Okay, so then I read that part and was like, dude, if Alois drops it, like, for real while they're flying, that would suck ass. Like, they would get recaptured. And then it's, like, so much for nothing. Like,
It's funny, though, because I just thought back to when we were talking about, like, why didn't they just walk instead of flying? Because Ciel got weakened by the flying, and AnimeCujo was like, it's terrible down there, and there's bodies, and demons, and whatnot, and hell, and oh my goodness, and all that nonsense. And, I don't know why I just talked like that, but it's fine.
It's okay.
I was thinking, like, if he dropped it, they would have to go down there and end up doing what we said they should have done before, like, on the ground and having to fight all what we classified as the dumb demons, even though now there is no classification, apparently, because Lucifer is as dumb as they come.
Seriously.
But yeah, anyway, so on to predictions.
Yes, okay.
So, summing up the last little bit of the chapter, they make it back to the portal, and then Alois is like, I'm gonna stay here for a little bit and try to buy you some time and whatever, and it's like the least I can do because once I get back there, I'm just gonna be a ghost and I'm gonna be standing around doing nothing, so I might as well do something while I still can. And then Ciel's like, alright, but you better hurry the up and come back. But yeah, anyway, so my predictions for the upcoming bits is something bad's gonna happen to Alois. It's just a feeling I have because he stayed behind, and that's not a good thing. Like, why can't you just both go at once?
Right?
Go at once, and then Sebastian can close the stupid thing, and it's done.
Yes.
But no, because Alois has to make it complicated and be like, I'm staying. It's like, why? Damn it, get your ass in there.
Seriously.
God. It's like, do you want to be ripped apart, or do you want to be back to being incorporeal so you can't be ripped apart? Pick one. Right? God. Anyway, alright. So I have a feeling because we haven't been updated on what's going on Earth recently. So something bad's probably happening out there.
I agree.
As you will talk about in a little bit. But I just have this horrible feeling like Ciel's gonna get back and it's just gonna be like literally hell on earth. Like everything's just gonna be like burning and crazy and people are gonna be dead all over the place. Yeah. And ugh.
I'm worried about that.
Just because like I'm surprised like AnimeCujo didn't update us as to what's going on. So I'm assuming she did that on purpose because something bad's happening.
Yes.
That's really the only predictions I have, is, like, everyone's gonna be, like, freaking, like, massacred.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, crossing my fingers, it won't be Spears or Dagger. For some reason, like, those two and Sebastian are the only people alive still. As sad as it would be if Soma and Agni died, I can live without them in my life, but I can't live without the other ones. Because Dagger has to get with Lizzie, and they have to have cute little babies, and then Ciel and Sebastian and William have to escape and all just go have a tryst together somewhere.
Yes.
Um,
I concur.
That's all I got. So
Okay.
please continue.
Okay, sure. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and read the ending line of the chapter. See you on the other side. Soon, Ciel ordered, waiting for a confirming nod before launching himself headfirst into the dark hole and toward the promise of light. So, like you had just said, like moments before, something bad's going to happen to Eloise, and I feel the same way. And, like, even before I reached that last quote of the chapter, I was thinking before, like, okay, where is Claude exactly? When Lucifer had said, oh, he's not here right now, but he'll be back soon. So at first I was like, oh, what if he's blocking the entrance? Obviously that was a no, because Ciel's getting back to Earth right now, and then Eloise is supposed to follow after. So we'll see what happens with that. But I was also thinking that Claude could be on Earth, and, you know, he's fighting Sebastian or something. Or Claude was maybe around that, like, portal thing, and so, you know, he grabs hold of Eloise, passes him to another demon, and then he's grabbing, like, Ciel's ankle and pulling him back into hell. And then, I don't know, I thought, like, okay, maybe Ciel could call for Sebastian, or Ciel just cries out, like, I don't even want to cry out, because it sounds bad. Yeah, that. Or whatever. And so Seb could hear that, like, you know, because they have that connection. And so then he, like, goes into hell, and he's gonna face off Claude. And maybe that's where Sebastian tells Ciel to close his eyes, because he's going to go into, like, full demon form, and he doesn't want Ciel seeing that. You know, because it would relate so well with the anime, because that's what we see all the time. And so, you know, I feel like there's going to be, like, this epic full demon battle, or full demon form battle.
Before the end of this, Claude better frickin' die, or I'm gonna be mad. I'm gonna find out where AnimeCujo lives, and I'm gonna go to her house and pick it outside her house. Like, you better rewrite this and make it so Claude dies, because he is a bastard, and I hate him, and he needs to go.
Oh my god, you sound like freaking Ghetto William.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, because that's exactly... You're like, I am a priest. You can't be doing this no more. You got to go.
You gotta go, and I ain't gonna see you no more except at church on Sunday. You better get out my office.
What about your house?
What about your house? Your house ain't busy. I know your house ain't busy. You gotta go home. You gotta wait for me, and I'm gonna come to your house, and we gonna have sex. Because you know you can't deny this. You can't deny this, William. Anyway.
That's beautiful. Okay, so coming back to my prediction, because, I mean, I even thought about, like, oh, like, Sebastian and Claude could go full demon form on Earth, too, but it's like, dude, there's, like, a bajillion other people. Like, they're not all gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. Like,
oh my god. Oh my
like, like, seriously, though.
Oh my god. I just died. Oh my god. That was too funny. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna close my eyes.
That's so funny. The final little prediction thing I have in my notes here is that Ciel could still possibly face corruption, because, like I mentioned before, we haven't seen the venom, and then, you know, if Lucifer passed on something, we haven't seen anything happen in this chapter with Ciel. But maybe next chapter, or, you know, whatever, like the last few chapters, we might see something happen. Because he's already gotten bitten twice, and like you said before, like, oh, it's kind of vampire-ish. So, yeah.
I just had a thought, too, like, maybe, like, being in hell is postponing it, and it's, like, sustaining, like, the corruption, and then when he gets on Earth, it won't have the power of hell to hold it back or whatever, and it'll just, like, start flowing, like, through his whole body or something. I don't know. I don't know if that makes any sense, but, it's just a thought.
I got a little confused, but I'm sure if I re-listen to it, like, it'll make sense. But yeah.
Just like, I don't know, like, hell keeps the corruption from spreading for some reason, because it's, like, tied to hell, and being on Earth, like, because he's, like, so far away from hell or something, like, the corruption starts spreading, so, like, the only way to save him is for him to go back into hell.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
Ooh, I even just had a thought, too, like, because we don't know that he's already reaching Earth at the end of this chapter. We just know that he jumped into the hole. But what if there's, like a kind of void thing and it pushes him back?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I just thought about that, so. Because I know you said, like, you had mentioned before, too, like, oh, like, what if the whole corruption thing, like, keeps him on hell? Like, he can't go back. So, there was that, too.
All right, well.
I think we're
so
done
many
here.
interesting theories.
Yes, I know.
We'll have to see how this plays out.
I know. I'm eager to see what next chapter will be about.
I'm eager for the stinking Nico story to start.
Ooh, yeah, I know, right?
I can't wait. I can't wait to
actually
actually be able to like Claude again.
Oh, right.
I feel like every story he's such an asshole.
It's true, it's true.
Poor Claude.
I know. Hey, and Promises he's not that bad.
That's true.
Yes.
So he has that going for him at least.
Simply Meant to Be.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So basically, Black Rose Eden is your go-to girl if you want to like Claude.
That's true. And AnimeCujo is just gonna make me want to kill him every time.
Yes. That's so funny. Alrighty, well, I guess we will go ahead and bid you guys a farewell.
Adieu.
Thanks for tuning in, as always, and we'll catch you in Chapter 55, which we should celebrate, by the way.
We should. We really
Like
should.
a little drink or something. Oh, well, I have work, but...
I can drink.
I'll find a way. So, yeah, we will catch you guys in the next review.
Adios.